And welcome everybody to Martinsville Speedway for the running of the Racing Haven 150, the first of 3 championship deciding races to figure out who's going to win the Season 8 ASCA Cup Series title. My name's Gavin Graham, and I'm joined here tonight once again by the one and only Armani DePaul and Levi Lipe. As always, guys, how are we doing tonight?
Hi.
Wow, thanks. Yep. Great answers, guys. Come on.
I literally said hi, and Levi just
Levi,
died.
come on. Pick it up.
What are we paying for?
I don't get paid. I'm a slave.
Okay, so already he's calling himself a slave. 20 seconds
all
into
right.
the broadcast. Thanks, Levi. But anyway, 4 drivers have
Demonetization.
made it out of demonetization. 4 drivers made it out of that first round. We went from 10 to 4. And over these next 3 races at Martinsville, Auto Club, and finally at Homestead, Miami, we're going to find out who our Season 8 champion is going to be. The 4 drivers fighting for the title are going to be Aiden Walker in the 93, the 72 of Keola Hankins. Somewhere on this racetrack is him, James Thurston. And right now on pit road, no laps have been set yet by him, AJ Hyder is right now waiting on pit road to start some practice laps, but he is looking like the favorite to win the championship. But before we talk about him, let's talk about Aiden Walker, the rookie coming into this season. Got that shocker at the beginning of the season at Portland, has been very consistent, constantly in the top 10, top 5 all season long. That consistently has got him here to the Final 4. Do you guys think it's going to be enough to fight for a title?
He's fast in practice right now. He's only off by about 100th over Thurston. So he's really been, in my opinion, kind of that third guy all year behind Thurston and Hyder. But he does have a little more consistency, in my opinion, than Thurston. So he'll definitely be in the mix. But, I mean, whether it's him, Thurston, Hankins, whoever, the big question is just, can they beat Hyder?
Yeah, Adrian Walker's been pretty good this season, really consistent. He's at the top of the board right now, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to have to pick up a couple wins this round, but he's just not. There's just no way he's to be able to steal something from AJ Hyder. So I think he'll come in second, but a distant second.
Well, if that's going to be the attitude for Aiden Walker, how about Keola Hankins? He has been probably even more consistent than Aiden Walker, all things considered. Remember last season, in his rookie campaign, there were so many races that should have been his that just never fell his way. He went winless last season in his rookie campaign, was able to finally get that first win at Talladega during the playoffs, and that was really the race that decided whether he was going to make the championship 4 or not. Got all those bonus points. When it comes to Keola Hankins, what can we expect out of him during this final round?
Sorry, I was busy sneezing. I think he'll be, again, it's so hard to predict these guys because at the end of the day, it just comes to a matter of can you beat Hyder? And honestly, Hankins, I think he'll be up there, but I just think Thurston and Walker are just a little bit faster than the 72. So out of the 4, I mean, I got Hankins number 4 out of the championship 4. So he's definitely going to be in the mix. If we're looking at the practice times right now, he is sitting right now in 6th. So again, behind Walker, behind Thurston. I know Hyder doesn't put down any laps, but let's be honest, he doesn't need to. But Hankins isn't far back. He's only about less than a 10th back. So, but that's the thing. It's like he's close, but can he be closer and eventually surpass him? Again, that's just the big question.
Yeah, I'm with Armani here. He's definitely strong, but the weakest of the 4. So I'm not looking for him to do too much in this Final 4. But there is a chance he could be in the mix by the end of this thing.
Well, let's talk about our top 2 contenders. We talked about them last season. We're talking about them even more this season with Trifari no longer in the championship picture. James Thurston almost missed this final round. He had that crash at New Hampshire, didn't have a lot of points to fall back on due to that difficult start to the season that he had. Throughout this second half, he has been tremendous. Multiple wins throughout this second half, has been on fire during those last 2 races of the last round. Now that we're coming to a track like Martinsville where he won last season, is this Thurston's time to shine and go for a title?
Yeah, Thurston, he just needs to build some momentum right now. And again, out of the 4, I think he's the closest, or really out of the 3 in this case, he's the closest that could challenge Hyder. So again, this is a race that he won last year. 7 wins last year, hasn't matched it this year, won't, just due to the fact there's not enough races. But this is a perfect track for James just to build that momentum, get some energy going in for his championship quest, because there's a pretty good set of tracks for Thurston coming up, and I believe he was my championship pick because Martinsville, he won out last year. Auto Club, he got his first career win last year. Then Homestead, he was finished, I believe, second or third. So this is a very good set of tracks for James. And again, he has to build some momentum in these next 3 races. And I can't think of a better track for him to do that than Martinsville.
Yeah, he needs to build momentum because the problem with him this season has been his highs are really high, ending up in victory lane, but his lows can be pretty low at some times with bad runs and wrecks. So he really needs to be consistent through this final round. He could actually challenge for this championship.
And that leaves one final driver. He is currently not on track. He is choosing not to put down any qualifying laps or any kind of practice laps right now. No practice at all. But AJ Hyder has been the class of the field this season. 9 wins coming into tonight. Not only is he looking for a 10th win on the season to declare himself the championship leader going into Auto Club, to make that last statement to any doubter that possibly thinks that he could be stopped, but he is now in consideration to go for a record. We talked about that record last season, getting the most wins in a single season. He was 1 win short last time around after Homestead at 9. He is already at 9 coming into tonight's race. He is trying to break Diego Roldan's 10-win season record that he set in his championship-winning Season 6 campaign. Hyder has a chance to tie it here tonight. How are we feeling about AJ's chances right now, guys?
It's Hyder. Do I need? Do any of us need to say anything else? It's Hyder. You want my reasoning? Watch the season.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, just look at the win. Just look at the win. You mentioned 9 wins. That's all that's really needs to be said. Or better yet, go and watch Kansas last week, where he led every lap.
Yeah, you don't even need to watch a race. You just look at the stats. There's no point of watching a race this season.
Yeah, it's worthless. Don't watch. Unsubscribe. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I'll tell you what, if there's anybody that is going to be opposing AJ Hyder here tonight, there are 2 guys you really need to watch out for that are not within the playoff consideration. Firstly, Connor Trafari. Trafari missed this race last season because of a suspension. He was also supposed to miss this race tonight due to a suspension after his purposeful wreck at Clinton McDonald at Watkins Glen. However, a bit of controversy this week. Connor paid a fine. He paid real money, $10 to be exact, to race in tonight's race. So he had his suspension lifted.
Is that right?
First of its kind. He paid Chris $10, and Chris told him, you can race tonight and for the remaining races of the season. And for the majority of practice, he has been near the top of the board in practice. Another driver to watch out for is going to be the 80 car. We've talked about the rookie all season long, Van Drugman. He has such tremendous pace in practice and qualifying. He is right now second on the board, only 9/1000ths of a second off James Thurston. He has been fantastic at nearly every track we've seen him at, but nothing ever seems to go his way. At Chicagoland, he should have won that, but pit strategy didn't go his way. Chicago Street Course, he dominated the day, but then a bad caution came out, and he got shuffled to the back through the contact with Chris Lilly. Then, I believe it was last week at Kansas, again, he got wrecked again and quit. It has been a story of tremendous pace, but horrible execution during the races themselves for Van Drugman. All he really needs now is just a clean, solid night, and he can prove all the doubters wrong.
Bad last week and wrecked himself on purpose as he's lapped down.
Jeremy Lewis right now flying in the air, going through turn 1. Gotta love it.
That's the point. Is that why we had to answer that poll on if you have to pay if you can pay $2 to get
So
on the
that's
line?
stupid. I hope you know that's not happening.
Thank God.
I don't know why. Somebody mentioned, I don't know if that was Chris's idea or if someone mentioned it in VC. That would kill the league immediately.
Well,
Yeah, probably.
That would kill the league immediately.
So what you're telling me is I could literally wreck the entire field. Matter of fact, I could go reverse and then just tell Chris, here's $10. Let me race next week.
Apparently.
Diego Roldan could have wrecked half the field at Darlington and paid $2.
Well, apparently Diego's fine would have been 100.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, he wasn't coming back. However, you'll probably notice that once again, Connor wants Diego free. He is running a free Diego Roldan car. I'm going to be for real. I don't know how the hood got approved. I really don't know how that hood got approved for obvious reasons, but I'm not going to think about it right now, and I'm not going to bring any more attention to it because we are coming towards the end of practice in about 4 minutes from now. And at this point, now it's all about just making sure you're getting as many points as you can. For a lot of these guys that are now out of playoff contention, all those guys that got eliminated last time out, now it's going to be all about coming to a track like this. And this is the type of racetrack where we can absolutely see some guys that we haven't seen up front all season long get a victory. Who are we watching out for here tonight outside of that playoff conversation?
The ones are simple. Trafari's going to be in the mix. Obviously, Van Drogman, can he finally get some luck to go his way? Those are going to be the two big ones that you're going to watch. Also, I mean, those are the big two that come into mind. And speaking of Trafari, I just saw the back bumper of his car, and Levi, keep talking, because
wow.
Yeah, I didn't say it, you did, but Chris, why did you approve that?
What? What's on the back? Hold on, I'm gonna take a look at this. I'm gonna show it on stream.
Hashtag
I'm gonna show it on
free
stream
the
for everybody.
bag.
Free the. Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no! That's awful.
Chris,
what the fuck?
Chris, we need to have a dialogue.
Oh my god. So much for professionalism, I guess.
Hey, at least this wasn't a week ago.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, we're a professional series.
Jesus.
Very.
Just gotta love it.
Anyway, Levi, any picks?
Aiden Revelo. Aiden Revelo's on a good streak of races, and he's in 5th right now. I believe in my boy Aiden Revelo.
You know what? I'm picking the pace car.
Okay. He might lead the most laps tonight.
I'm gonna tell you what. I look. Well, it's definitely going to be someone within our championship 4. I'm gonna put an oddball out there. Watch out for Jeremy Lewis tonight. This is the type of track that's right in his wheelhouse. He's aggressive. This racetrack invites aggression, invites contact, wheel-to-wheel battle. There's no one better at it than Jeremy Lewis. Watch out for him here tonight. He might make a splash at victory.
Everybody again.
Although we all know we all know who's gonna win this.
We'll see.
Know.
I mean, we'll
he's
see.
Gonna get wrecked. He's gonna get wrecked on lap 1.
I mean, I think that we're in for an interesting show here tonight. I mean, I think that this might be one of the few tracks this season where objectively AJ Hyder might not be the quickest. And I know we've been saying that a lot this season to, you know, enact hype and all that, but genuinely, Thurston won this race last season. This is his best racetrack, easy. I think that Hyder's in for some competition, especially considering he has put no practice laps down right now. He has not even hit the track as we approach qualifying.
He doesn't need to.
Trying to convince people that this champ battle is exciting is like trying to tell people the playoffs are good. No one's falling.
Well, ours are good.
They're okay.
The silence.
Why is there like 20 billion laps? Silver says in the chat. Don't worry about it.
There's 150.
Yeah,
we'll be done in 2 minutes.
You know, I love that we just never fix that. You know, it was a glitch during the first race. I'm like, oh yeah, we'll just keep it, but we'll get it fixed. But anyway, qualifying is set to get going here from Martinsville. And I think for this one, I think it's pretty simple who we have to watch. It's gotta be James Thurston, isn't it?
Yeah, if he can get out on track.
But sure.
Yeah, and James Thurston won this race last season. He had to go up against the likes of Kyle Turzak and Nicholas Budimlik for that win. Man, that last time that we were here was crazy, and I am happy to say that Aiden Robertson is on the track and not in the tower. And I can't believe those are words that are coming out of the mouth. But if you guys remember last season, Dunn was gone, and we had Aiden in there, and Aiden was asleep for half of it and missed so many calls. He ruined that race. But
I remember that.
Yeah, James Thurston is on pit road here, getting set to get going here. 2 laps will be the call. We'll see if Thurston can put down a pole lap and do whatever he needs to stop Hyder from pulling away in this championship.
See if any of the contenders are on track, and so far, no Trafari, no Thurston, no Hyder, no one.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, Chris Bausch just said in the chat, home track time. Again, Chris Bausch has had a really good streak these last couple weeks, 2 top 10s after what's been a really difficult rookie campaign for Chris. He's now really putting it together. And here comes James. James was going to get going, but he spun the tires on accident and got a black flag. So he's going to try it again here.
Let's try it again. Or not.
Or not. Well, hold on. Give him patience. You know, he's, just twiddling with his thumbs a little bit, jiggling his balls, just getting ready to go. And here we go.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And here it is.
Oh, there we go.
James Thurston's taking it easier, coming off of pit road.
We should disqualify him. He's tire cheesing.
Perhaps he is. But here in Martinsville.
Tire cheesing in Martinsville.
Who cares? Anything to stop Hyder from winning. Here comes Thurston coming to start his first lap now.
All right, I'm trying to see if there's any times on the board. There's a couple in the Revelo provisional poll, 19.419. Actually pretty quick. That would put him right now 4th in practice time. So Aiden Revelo's got some speed in that 09 machine. Thurston, he was fastest with a 3.3. Oh, and he actually misses. That was a problem he actually did have in practice. I noticed that he spun a lot in turns 3 and 4, so that is clearly the weak spot for that 96 car. And you just saw it bit him during that qualifying run. Now it all comes down to this lap.
I heard the throttle blip right there. Was he in 3rd gear? Don't know what was going on there.
Next-genning it.
One more lap for James here. We'll see if he can lock in here on this lap. This is going to be for the money. With Aiden Revelo and Jason Samito on the top 2 right now.
Turn 3 looks good. Not completely to the bottom like it was in turn 4. Now he finally gets off and clean. His one and only lap, a 19.325. Actually goes faster than he did in practice. Almost up by a whole 10th.
Jesus Christ.
Talk about a scare there for a minute. Here's Connor Trafari on the racetrack. This is now going to be his 2nd lap. He goes 3rd on his 1st lap. 1/10 off pole. We'll see if he can improve here on lap 2.
About half a tenth off of his practice time. Let's see if he can improve here in turn 4. Coming to the stripe. 4.25. Faster in practice, and he stays 3rd on the board. Right now, Thurston's the only guy. Yeah, right now Thurston's the only guy to stay in the 3s. The only one who did that in practice besides Thurston was Van Drugman, who's coming off pit road now.
Yeah, he went ahead and spun it on his 1st lap, so I think he's in the same ballpark as Thurston was. Aiden Walker just passed the line to complete his one and only lap, and he now goes 2nd, 0.03 of a second off James Thurston. I do want to warn everyone, Dylan Fox is here. Kayla Hankins is now on the racetrack. He is getting his laps in now. And I'm telling you, Hyder is nowhere to be found right now.
Uh-oh.
Hankins is not even in the top 10. A really bad effort there for Kayla Hankins. Not what you need at a place like Martinsville. And Hyder is on the track. Second. Here he is.
So Drugman goes 2nd on the board.
This will be
3 guys in the 3s, and they're all pretty comfortably in the 3s as well. So there's a big gap between 3rd and 4th in terms of, it's a couple of hundreds, but they're comfortably in those 3 marks compared to everyone else who's in the 4s. Let's see if Hyder can match that. He went pretty high coming out of turn 2. Kind of diamonds. I thought he was going to diamond the corner, but stays high. Does not look like. Oh, he actually gets into the wall a little bit. 19.8. Yeah, he's just going to kill that lap, and a bad lap for AJ Hyder.
Yeah, I'm wondering what was going on there, man. I mean, he was gone all of practice, came in. He must have had something going on. He wasn't able to get an actual lap, and he was trying to rush it before the clock went to 0. And now, as I do believe we are going to go into our warm-up here, that is not good for AJ Hyder and Kayla Hankins, both starting outside the top 10 at Martinsville, right in the Hornet's Nest. If you're Thurston, if you're Walker, you are real happy after that qualifying effort. James Thurston on pole position.
Well, there's a chance. I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but there's a chance we get what we want, which is Hyder not dominating.
I doubt that.
Well, we do have, how long is this? We have a 10-minute warm-up. Let's be real, we're not going to be sitting here yapping for 10 minutes, so we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes time for the drop of the green flag here from Martinsville. And we are back here for the beginning of the Racing Haven 150 here from Martinsville Speedway. Let's go ahead and get our starting lineup here for tonight's race for 150 laps of action. And starting on pole position, it's going to be, that is not the right graph. Oh God, oh no, oh God, oh no. Here we go. It's going to be James Thurston on pole position with Van Drugman alongside. In row 2, Aiden Walker and Aina Revelo will be starting side by side, followed by Connor Trafari and Chris Lilly. Then it'll be Jason Samito and Corbett Collins rounding out the top 8. Moving on to the end of the top 10 now, Ethan Moses and Nico Savidio, followed by Chris Bowes, Quinn McDowell, Connor Ballheis, and Aiden Smith. AJ Hyder starts 15th tonight with Dylan Fox alongside. Then it's going to be Gabe Gazzola and Wayne Kennedy. Keola Hankins, one of the 4 final drivers, going for the championship, starts 19th with Jacob Mitchell, Jeremy Lewis, Pravin Pachekumar, David Hamrick. And going through the rest of the field, it'll be Owen Chabinsky making up the 25-car field for tonight's race. We're getting straight to the action here. Nope, never mind. We're going to do 2 pace laps for a change. But as we're getting set to go for 150 laps of action, guys, any final thoughts before we go green?
Oh no.
I clicked the button and I don't know how to get rid of it.
Fantastic.
What
Great
button?
comms, guys.
It's showing Walker. It's like mute
Johnny
user, PM driver, PM team, eject spots. Like I don't know what I clicked, but I don't. Huh?
Like move your mouse over and left click.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. You clicked on their helmet. Or right
All
click
right,
on
the pace car is going to make the left-hand turn onto pit road. Thurston and Drugman will be going green. Watch out for Aiden Walker in that 93 machine. Right behind Thurston, they're fighting for the championship. 3 races to go and a fresh start for our final 4. Green flag.
A great start for Thurston. He's immediately going to lose the lead to Van Drugman. Climbs down inside, takes the lead, and you see a jumble of cars trying to get into line here.
Adrian Walker side by side with Aiden Revelo. Revelo fighting on that outside. We've seen the outside lane not work
Crashing
here.
turn 4. Big pile up.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep,
Hankins is in it.
Oh, championship driver.
Both Hyder and Hankins are in this crash.
It's not
Uh-oh.
good.
Go back and get a look at this.
So this happened further up front, like towards it looks like around the place.
Oh, it started around 9th when the 02 got into the back of Ethan Moses, sending him around into the. So he got into the back of the 08, clipped the 11 at the same time.
Ooh,
Donald in this. Oh,
Hyder actually got a pretty good
barely.
shot on.
yeah,
Pretty good
no, it
shot on
barely.
the right front.
Yeah, it tore that up. It barely, he barely got clipped too. Like if the 08 didn't come down the track, he
Yep.
I want to apologize for the interruption there. My Discord decided it wanted to stop connecting. So if you guys were hearing Armani and Levi sounding like a bunch of robots, that's why. But we are saying set to go back green here. Yeah, gotta love it. That's why I left for a second. But we are going to be going back green here. A short caution here. We'll be coming back on lap 6. AJ Hyder and Keola Hankins already running into trouble as we're getting set to go back racing. It's going to be Van Drugman and James Thurston coming to the restart zone. Let's go back racing.
Great restart from Drugman. Clears everyone. He's going to have all the room going into turn 1. Thurston really high up on the track. He's going to try to get that exit speed going off into turn 2. He's going to be side by side with the 93. Walker isn't going to give him an inch, and he actually gets into the bump door a little bit of the 96. I don't know if Thurston's going to appreciate that, as he's almost 3 wide, but he gets a big run coming out of turn number 4. He might clear Walker coming out of turn 2.
Hanging out on his quarter panel here down this back straightaway. Aiden Revelo following behind him. He'll clear down into the lead and into the bottom lane now.
And while that's going on, here comes Connor Trafari getting around a Revelo. Now it's going to be Chris Lilly trying to get up into the top 5. And that's the battle for the championship lead between Thurston and Walker for second place. Already them making contact within the first 10 laps of the night.
Yeah, look who's right behind Lilly too, AJ Hyder. Remember, him and Lilly are teammates as well, so I wouldn't be shocked to see Lilly maybe give Hyder a little bit more leeway here, especially early on. And there you see Lilly just backs off, says, there you go, you got something to fight for. Go on and get us another championship, and there goes AJ Hyder up into 6th place.
A whole lot happening now. Is Trafari out of the back bumper of Adrian here.
Yeah, hopefully these guys are going to settle down after that big crash on the start. Took out a few guys. Hankins back in 11th place, and that's a mistake from Walker into the fence. Here comes Connor Trafari to pick up the pieces, and he moves up into 3rd place. Next up, one up the road is going to be his old rival, James Thurston. We'll see if he plays nice.
We'll see how Walker settles in here. He goes pretty deep into turn 1, trying to get that spot back again from the 9. But Xavier Walker, just try to collect yourself. Don't do anything ridiculous. Don't do anything reckless right now. It's so early in this race.
It's still early here for AJ. He just got up on the throttle a little too soon. Got him loose about the groove. As look who's right behind Aiden Revelo now. Hyder making his way up quickly through the field.
Yeah, and Hyder's going to have a tough task ahead of him here, because a lot of these guys here in this league want to race him hard. You know, throughout this whole season, Hyder has just been pretty much just dominating each and every race, it feels like. Basically just clowning everyone in here, and everyone wants to make a statement up against him. Especially with the championship now on the line, I would not be shocked if Arevalo puts up a big fight to hold them back from getting into the top 5. And especially when Walker and Thurston start getting caught by him, they're not going to let him go easy either. There it is! Arevalo with a save right in front of Hyder.
Yeah,
did they make contact?
No.
No,
Arevalo got loose.
Curving.
No, I'm thinking, like, did they make contact a little bit when he got loose? I'm trying to see right here, but I think they made a little bit.
No, I think he just got on the curving himself, it looked like. And it got him up out of shape.
No, okay, so what happened? So what happened was that Hyder, like, he just slammed on the brakes to avoid running to the back bumper. Now he gets into the 09 just a little bit. But what happened was that when the 09 was getting loose, the 24, he slammed on the brakes to avoid getting to the back bumper of the 09. So Hyder's already been involved in an incident, and he says, you know what, 1 is enough for my money, let's not make it 2.
Yeah,
you
doesn't
see what,
want to hurt himself early.
Yeah, you see what Hyder was doing there when he got in a Revelo. He's entering all the way down the bottom before corner entry, trying to scare a Revelo up the racetrack. I'm curious how other people are going to choose to respond to that move, whether that be giving him the line or cutting him off and risking a crash. We don't see that kind of aggression from Hyder that often. But here in the championship, where all the points you've built up all season long reset back to 0, he needs every point he can get.
Yeah, but also, knowing Hyder, I mean, he's a very patient guy. I mean, he's not going to just bulldoze the 09 unless he has an opportunity. Like, look at it right here. He's got to move here into turn 1. There you see he had a move that he could make on the 09, but he didn't try to make something that wasn't there, and that's who Hyder is. He's going to stay patient, wait for the opportunity to come to him, and there you go. He's able to clear Aiden Arevalo, who I don't think Arevalo is going to be too aggressive just because it's still really early on. There's no reason to be that aggressive. But that was textbook AJ Hyder. Wait for the moment to come to you and then take advantage.
And just like that, Hyder, who started outside the top 10 tonight, is now inside the top 5. 20 laps in tonight's race. If that just shows the kind of pace that Hyder has, I don't know what will. Back up to the battle for second. Thurston, Trafari, Walker, all with each other. I want you to think about this. Trafari at some point has wrecked both of the guys in front of him and behind him. He has two guys that don't like him one bit all over him.
They're all over the back bumper of that 9 right now. I think Walker's a little bit quicker than Trafari. Thurston's holding his own for now, but I don't know if that's just he's trying to save a little bit of his tires right now, but they're actually starting to catch Van Drugman a little bit. So this is quickly going to turn into a 4-car battle as they spread out just a little bit. But I do think that 93 is a little bit faster than that 9. He's just trying some different ways just to see how he can get by. So he gets really loose coming out of turn 2, loses all the momentum he had on him. And I think, if my eyes aren't deceiving me, I think Van Drugman's about to come into lap traffic, and he is with the 08.
Yeah, Ethan Moses
so
got
that should
crashed.
spice things up.
Yeah, Ethan Moses got crashed in that first caution, so he's dealing with a really crappy race car at the moment. And this is what's really going to invite James Thurston back up, and especially considering the pace that Hyder might have, James Thurston needs to win this race. I mean, when it comes to the championship, he needs to start winning now, as Hyder gives a bit of a kiss against the wall coming out of turn 4, if you weren't believing that he was pushing, because he's closing in here on Aiden Walker and Connor Trafari while Thurston's pulling away.
Well, Aiden has gotten loose up off turn 4 twice this race. It's been his weak spot so far here tonight. Seems like he gets up off the corner just a little bit too early, like getting on that throttle. He's entering a little bit lower than this 9 car, making up a lot of time on entry as Trafari slides at the track. He'll get to the inside here, now on exit. See if he can clear him onto the entry.
And we'll see how much Trafari chooses to push the issue here. Will he give it up or will he try to fight back? Walker eking ahead down to 1. And it looks like on a rare occasion, Trafari's going to give up a position. This is quite the development you never thought you'd see.
Well, maybe realizing the fact that, you know, Adrian's in the playoffs and he doesn't need to kill him yet. That is.
Yet, as you see, he got right back up to the bumper. Walker made a mistake coming into turn 3.
Yeah, he overcooked that entry, but he'll wrap it now this time pretty well.
I don't know if Walker's liking the handling of that 93. He's made a lot of mistakes. Particularly looks like he's just getting really loose. So I'm not sure what's going on with that 93. He's just not to his liking. But I mean, he's running inside the top 5, so clearly it's working out for him. But you gotta wonder, is that gonna come back to bite him, especially when we maybe get into lap traffic and you gotta try to find your way to get out of cars.
Yeah, because you don't want to get stuck around that traffic. They're coming up already on the 11 car of Nico and the 08. There comes the 38 too. He's out of the. Oh, like wow, he's really out of the group. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, lots of lap traffic here in front of these guys. Things are gonna get hectic here. Be careful, everyone.
So video gets in the way of the 24. Whoa, Walker slides
up. Walker loose again.
There. Yeah.
Trafari says, I'll take this.
See if he tries to fight him on the outside here. Just allowing the 24 to close it perfectly. Adrian all the way up the racetrack, trying to get that high lane exit.
Yeah, he's got to defend here. He's got to defend. Look at Hyder with the big dive.
Oh, man.
Down to turn 3.
Textbook move by Hyder. He saw an opportunity, and he's trying to take it right now. And I was going to say Walker got lucky the fact that he didn't get that hole closed up, but Hyder said, I'm going to close it up anyway.
Yeah, this is championship racing right now. 4 positions, second in the championship being fought right here. Walker knows that he can't settle for 5th place finishes anymore. He needs to beat his competition in race pace, but Hyder getting real close with not only Walker, but with Trafari as well. The 2-1 special for AJ.
AJ got really lucky.
Here. Adrian, he's going to get to the inside of this 9 car.
They have history. Watch out.
He slotted in line.
Oh, wow. That could have been a lot worse. The 93 almost pitted the 24 off of turn 4.
The 93 might pit the 9 here in a moment if he doesn't get out of the way.
Well, Trafari doesn't care about the championship. He cares about collecting wins to end the season after missing the playoffs this year. So he doesn't give a damn about this championship battle. He said, I'm in it for myself.
Yeah, Walker's deeping into these corners, sending it in as hard as he can, sacrificing the speed in the middle and on exit, just trying to get to that bumper of the 9. At this point, I mean, you just got to settle down. Look at those brakes. As it gets darker here at Martinsville, you're seeing those brakes start to come to light. There's no one else's brakes that are brighter than that 93 as he looks to the inside.
Dives it into turn number 1, gets into the back, gets into the side of the 9 just a little bit. Can he get that corner exit speed? Not too much. Chafari almost clears the 93. Heading off into turn number 3. Chafari's going to sail it, but so is Walker. You got the 08 in front of the both of them. Can Walker use the 08 as a pick? That is Ethan Moses. He's going to try to do that, and he just can't.
He just seems really loose under braking and back on throttle. Every time he gets onto the brakes, he starts to wiggle around a little bit, especially back on throttle on these exits here. Really bad right now.
Yeah, but he's only been pushing it. He's been pushing it hard. I mean, by far the hardest on the brakes out of anyone in the field right now, and you're really starting to see that being sacrificed in overall speed. It's to the point now where Arevalo started to close on in again as the 93 gives a bit of a kiss to the wall coming out of turn 2.
Arevalo's probably back here saving his stuff as they hit more lap traffic now, the 43 or 42. Jesus Christ, whose car was that?
I'm on.
My bad.
It was so loud.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Van Drugman.
Oh my God! The 08 is a
Jesus.
Oh, Ethan, what are you doing?
Fortunately, everyone gets away unscathed. I was just about to talk about Van Drugman, who continues to pull away. The rookie, we've been talking about him all season here, guys. Just having some incredible speed, race-winning speed on so many occasions, and it just never working out for him. Everything seems to always fall apart during these races, but so far, so good once again by Van, especially at a track like Martinsville. If there's any track where things can go wrong, it's this. But no one's able to touch him right now, not even Thurston.
To say this, it's kind of also on him sometimes. Sometimes he'll make the slightest mistake and he'll just give up instantly, just quit, and not even try and fight back. I understand last week with the speeding penalty, there was no way he was coming back from that. But some of these weeks, just giving up a little too soon and throwing the towel in, but it didn't need to be.
Well, it really started on the start of the race. Thurston did not get a good jump at the start, and Drugman just cleared him going to turn 1. And ever since then, I mean, when you get the restart, you can control when the race starts. He's been perfect ever since.
Yeah,
it all started on that start.
He's not had any problems so far tonight. Lap traffic's not giving too much of a fit so far.
And I'm watching Van right now. He is so aggressive with these lap cars. I thought he was about to turn bows. He was riding his bumper for the entire front straight lane turns 1 and 2. He is expecting these guys to get out of his way, or else he's going to move you out of the way. And that's just how seriously he's taking this. He does not want any opportunity for Thurston to catch him right now. Thurston has caught about a 10th on him in the last lap here, so he knows he needs to get around these guys quick. Fortunately, Dylan Fox is going to get the memo and get the hell out of the way, all the way up towards the outside wall, letting Chris Bowes go for outside the top 15 as Van continues to pull away.
It's on every lap so far, and we are 44 laps in, so we're already almost a third of the way through this race. Yeah, he is been dominant so far. Thurston's catching him just a little bit, but I feel like that's expected with lap traffic, and with the way he's working right now, I mean, you can't blame him. He knows that Thurston's probably going to catch up a little bit. He knows this is one of Thurston's best tracks, so he's got to take advantage of this that he has.
And I do want to mention Keola Hankins back in 11th. That crash has killed that car. Owen Shabinsky ran through the back of him when they were crashing through turn 4. And that car not performing right at all. A bad qualifying effort. A bad crash on the first lap. And this is where it settled him. He has basically no rear grip in that car right now. Clinton McDonald's trying to chase him down for 11th right now, but he's making no progress on the top 10. This is the type of stuff that we see at Martinsville. This is why it's in this final round here for the championship. You got to be prepared for everything. And Keola Hankins, we talked about him being the 4th man out. Unfortunately, it seems like that sentiment's coming true. Fortunately,
really no fault of its own, all things considered. I mean, he just wrong place, wrong time. And we talked about it earlier where the damage really determined about the severity and how it's going to affect you at this track. Hyder doesn't have a lot of damage. You see him running inside the top 3, and Keola, I mean, just a lot of damage in the front and the rear. Like we mentioned, he went up in the air. So, I mean, you're just not going to have a fast race car at that point.
Well, that's why qualifying is so important. I mean, he could have qualified out front and been ahead of all that, but he qualified out there, out back. And if you qualify out back, it's pretty much over here at Martinsville. You're going to be right up in the middle of everything unless you can get some track position pretty quickly. So, kind of on him, too, a little bit. Starting back there.
Aiden Walker closing back in here on Connor. We're seeing another attack here. We'll see if he can make anything work this time. Because again, Connor's not making up any ground right now. He's continuing to lose time on the top three, even giving a kiss to the wall coming out of turn two. And Walker's continuing to suffer the consequence of being stuck behind him. He cannot get past this 9 car.
I don't think we just got on lap 51, so I think Walker kind of understands that it's still pretty early on in this race, and so he's not putting too much of an attack. But I mean, when the guys in front of you are Hyder and Thurston, you got to put a little more urgency, because again, we're already on lap 51. This race has gone by fairly quickly. We're already only 20 minutes really into this race, and we're already a third of the way through. So I mean, if the trend continues, we'll be done within less than an hour. So not a lot of time for Aiden Walker. He really has to get by Trafari as soon as possible.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even for like a race win kind of deal at this point. It's just about getting as many points as you can. I'll tell you what, this could be a real good opportunity right here. 2-3 lap cars all in front of Connor. And you can see he is setting up through turn 2 with that arc on the exit, trying to build a run. Trafari forced to the high side. Fortunately, Wayne's going to get out of the way. Connor giving a tap to Aiden Smith, telling him to get out of the way. He understands that Aiden Smith is trying to get around him as he tries to get around Dylan Fox.
See, Aiden's trying something different. He's entering a little bit high, trying to dive in the corner and get as much speed as he can coming out of the corner exit. Kind of the exact opposite of what he did in previous laps. Is a big shot to the 81 is given by Connor Trafari. I think Trafari even understands that a little bit as well. It's like, hey, I need to go. I need you to go now. Oh, boy. Hang on to it.
Fox not happy in the 61, blocking Connor Trafari. Oh,
yeah,
he's going to shove it through line.
Oh, God. Boys, take care of yourselves.
Here comes Adrian, and Aiden Revelo's closing in on this.
That ended about as good. Wow, it's not over yet. The 61 sails it off, but at that point, I mean, he's going to be clear. Oh, do not get the back of the 93.
Yeah, Dylan's got to get out of the way. Race is over for him. Let the leaders go by. Let him settle it. But I'll tell you what, thank you, Dylan Fox, for making things just a little bit exciting, because now Aiden Revelo is here to fight for third.
Yeah, Revelo.
Yeah, you see the 90.
Back both of these. Just sat there waiting patiently.
Yeah, you see the 93. He's entering high and trying to cut down low, especially in turn 1. He does it again in turn 3. But now he's got to be careful because the 09 is doing something similar, trying to get that corner exit. He can't do it to the same level as Aiden Walker is, but you see he's trying to make up for that by a heavy corner entry, just throwing it off in there, and it works a little bit, and he's able to gain just a little bit of time in corner exit. But I think Walker, I think he still got the advantage. I think he should be fine for now in terms of the 09.
Adrian, we're going to do his inside there off turn 4. He got really loose up out of the corner. Side by side, he won't shove him off a little bit this time. They'll stay contact free.
Trafari just powers it off on the outside, side by side going into turn 3. Walker with the advantage. Trafari not giving him an inch going out of turn number 4. Walker would like to clear the 9 right now, but he cannot do that. Here they go going into turn number 1. Trafari, he's going to look for a little bit of a crossover move. Walker gets a little bit loose. He's going to look for the dive bomb on the 9. Here they go into turn 3, the switcheroo. Trafari now with the preferred line, and Walker now with the disadvantage. This is some exciting racing here at Martinsville.
Just like every time Walker's gotten by him, he slid up a little bit and gave him the inside again. He just keeps opening up that door every time. A little bit of contact.
That's all right. Little kiss on the side. Nothing wrong with that.
We'll see if Walker tries to move this 94 out the way. He's right in his lane.
And Aiden Revelo is coming in on the scene, and we had an issue right there. Hold on. Oops. As they go side by side down to turn 1, we did have an issue. Someone's closed the stage. We're back, but they continue side by side down the back straightaway. Don't know what that was all about. But Connor Trafari holds on to third place. Aiden Walker on his bumper. Now with Aiden Revelo behind him.
How long Adrian's going to put up with this? It's been a long race with this 9 car. Caution is out for the second time tonight.
Looks like their car's spinning out. There's a car in turn 4 station.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Gazzola around in the middle of 3 and 4.
Wonder what happened.
Oh, he just lost it on his own. He did a half spin. He lost it on his own. didn't hit anything.
Yeah, he was
He
all
was
by
running
himself.
17th.
And just a really bad mistake by Gabe Cazzola right there. He was trying to find some speed and unfortunately just made a mistake. So we are under caution here for the second time tonight.
He's running 17th, a lap down. Yeah, a lot of guys a lap down. I imagine we should be seeing pit stops pretty soon. And yep, most of the field's coming in.
And yeah, we should be seeing pit stops here in just a moment, as these guys are going to be coming down pit road this time by. I'm going to quickly restart the call because as you guys are hearing, they're speaking like robots again. They love doing that. And with that, everyone is down pit road, including race leader Van Drugman.
Oh, here's Gavin. At least he's in the audience.
guys
There he is. Welcome back, Gavin.
Yeah, I'm having some kind of like connection issue or something where you guys are sounding like robots. There's not a lot we can do about it, so we'll just have to deal with it.
See, my internet's bugging tonight too. Like they blinked out fully twice for me tonight. It's like
And that's fine.
Gotta love it. Well, hopefully at the very least, I'm trying to close some stuff. We'll see whether it'll cooperate. But Van Drugman, first one off pit road here under this caution. And this was a great yellow for a lot of these guys. They really just need to come on in and top off and get new tires and all that fun jazz. I was looking forward to some green flag pit stops, but overall, we'll get to see these guys re-rack it and try it again after what could be essentially called a mini practice session as we get set here for the second half of the race.
I'll be right back. My laundry needs to come out of the dryer real quick.
When it comes to this first half, Levi, what can be said here about these leaders? I mean, Van Druggen's been untouchable. Thurston's been trying. Hyder made a good charge, and it's been action for fourth on back for pretty much this entire first half of the race. What can we expect here from the second half?
More of the same, but a little bit more aggressive this time. I think these drivers kind of learned that it's pretty hard to pass once we get past the restart in those first few laps after it. So I'd expect a couple more, or a little bit more aggression here from these leaders to try and get by Van Drugman into the lead, knowing how hard it is to pass right now.
Well, we're going to figure it out here as we approach the second half, lap 69 out of 150. Van Drugman gets another great launch and leads him back to green.
Thurston on the outside this time. He hanged with him. See if he can get the run up off the corner. He's going to have Hyder on his inside. Hyder gets loose. They're into each other. Oh, my God.
It's for the championship lead right here. Hyder and Thurston again making some contact door to door. Thurston understands what's at stake, and he's fighting hard on the outside.
Held up there by the 9 car, clipping the curb, so he did not get the exit he wanted now, but he'll clear the 09. Still side by side for second.
Thurston pinching down Hyder hard. A big risk with a big reward for James as he whips it around the outside. Momentum in his favor. Hyder continuing to fight down low with Van Drugman staying right in their heels.
Again, my whole thing just lagged out. There we go. Still side by side down the back straightaway. The 24 trying to get it on him. Oh, they may have touched just a little bit there.
Going down to turn 1. Look at Thurston beginning to eke ahead just a tad. Hyder charging back on the inside. They'll be even coming out of turn 2. Connor Trafori watching on along with Walker. And then how about Connor Ballheist finding himself in 6th?
Whoa,
Thurston!
Time.
There it is, the mistake from James. Into the wall. Here comes Trafori. AJ Hyder takes the lead of the championship.
He might be under attack from Adrian Walker here in a couple laps. Maybe overheated those tires.
This is the second time.
Yeah,
this is the second time we've seen Thurston have issues on one of these starts. Remember, he did not get a good jump after starting from pole, and here we are in the third restart of the day. He falls back to fourth.
And now within the grasp of Aiden Walker for 4th place, Connor Trafari finds himself in 3rd. And for the first time tonight, AJ has finally got a shot to go after Van Drugman. They've fought before, and he's beat him a few times already. I don't know if Van's going to be too interested in letting him go. He doesn't care if he's fighting for a title. Van Drugman wants to prove himself as an ASCA Cup Series winner. Well, that's going on. Connor Ballheist with a charge into the top 5.
He's on the inside of Walker. Clipped that curve a little bit. Walker with a good run up off the exit here. Walker slowly throughout the race has kept falling and falling back. The longer it seems to go, the better he gets. So it seems like he's hoping for another long run.
And we know Connor Ballheist, of course, did miss the Final Four after a struggle at Kansas. Of course, well documented that he is on a controller while the rest of the field is on a wheel, or majority of the field, as far as we know, is on a wheel. But a valiant effort from Connor Ballheist. I don't know if he eventually got a wheel, if he's still on a controller, but he wants to prove himself that he is worthy of championship contention. And what better way to show that by actually beating a couple of the Final Four contenders.
Well, that's going on. Arevalo inside on Corbin Collins. He was waiting on this one for a little while. They'll be side by side. This is for 7th. Jeremy Lewis watching on right behind as he's looking for a way through.
A little shot to the 09 there, but Collins trying to get the jump out of turn number 4. It's so hard to do that here at Martinsville. There's a little bit of banking in these corners, but not really enough to where you can make that outside line work. That is, whoa, it's a big 3. Okay.
Yeah, Revelo slipped in the middle of the corner. He's got split 3 wide. That was crazy. Now he's back on the outside.
Buy one, get one free for Jeremy Lewis or Corbin Collins.
And while that's going on, look at the battle for the lead. Hyder wants it.
This is the first time we really see Van Drugman get challenged all day long. Thurston really hasn't had anything for the 80, and Hyder has. I'm actually surprised given the fact that he has that damage. I thought it would affect that 24 just a little bit, but clearly not. If anything, it's made that 24 feel like it goes faster, Levi's. He is all over the back bumper of the 80.
It seems like it's helped him, honestly. Still, right, he said, right there on it, but, you know, Hyder obviously wants him, but is Van Drugman going to let him have it?
No.
He's so many times this season, I don't think he's going to pull out the weight.
He's been denied so many times. I remember Chicago. He dominated Chicago street course. It was one faulty pit strategy from Chris and a bit of over-aggression that led to him causing that big crash through the fountain section, leading to him losing that race, handing it over to James. He's probably thinking about those times right about now. Or how about Chicagoland when he was racing with Hyder for the win? Pit strategy didn't go his way. He spun himself and quit right then and there. A lot of those victories should have been his, didn't go to his way. He's looking to take control of his destiny here tonight as he continues to defend it. Caution's out.
And it's the 5 car. Jeremy Lewis spun round on turn 4.
Let's take a look.
Exit. Oh, he just lost it himself again. He was trying to get high and get that run up off. No, he got like unreasonably high. He sent it into the corner. I think he was trying to miss the 71, got out of the concrete and half spun and backed into the wall.
It's been an issue for a lot of guys today, especially like dating back to practice. A couple guys spun even in qualifying. Thurston spun during his qualifying run, and obviously here in the race, it's what, 2, 3.
Yeah, but that was a really rough one there for Jeremy Lewis. As for once again, another time, he goes for a spin. And here comes pit stops. Once again, everyone's in. Except for a few. Van Drugman, Connor Trafari, and Aiden Walker stay out on the racetrack. This is going to shake some things up for sure.
Well.
And this changes things, boys, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, now that he's back.
Yeah.
The champ driver stays out. Van Drugman stays out. Trafari out, while 2 champ drivers are in.
Do we see an advantage here with this pit strategy, guys? Do you think the top 3 can hold them off?
I mean, I feel like for strategies like this, I mean, that was what, like maybe a 10-lap run, so I don't hate it. I don't hate the strategy. I feel like if it was like maybe like a 20+ lap run, where then maybe we get a little more suspicious. But I think only about 10 laps. I mean, the fact that they go by in such a short amount of time, and the fact that Hyder, he was really using his stuff trying to catch that 24. Thurston, I think he needed a pit as well. I mean, Hyder, I think he needed a pit. Thurston, I think he needed to pit. So guys like Drugman, Walker, I don't mind it because just to get ahead of his championship rivals, but I think they'll be okay. I don't think 10 laps is enough to be a huge difference, but I could be wrong.
So one thing I do want to mention, because this is going to be pretty funny to mention, Jeremy Lewis gained spots from that. He was ninth, but he's 8th, and now he's 6th. So he gained from that caution. Don't know how. I don't want to question it. Because it's going to be now Connor Trafari and Van Drugman. This is going to be fun. Battling for the lead on older tires. And look at this shenanigans. Big damage on the restart.
Oh, wow.
38 of the wall, everyone.
Oh,
on to it, though,
oh
so
my God.
Yeah, everyone was trying to jump that start.
Jafari gonna make contact down that back straightaway a little bit into the corner now. The 5-way up the racetrack.
He's around again.
Around again.
Save it. We're keeping it green.
Green light for the race lead. 24 backs out of it.
Oh.
Walker's a little bit damaged. Nine's gonna rough him up a little bit on the exit. Here comes the 24.
There it is.
Oh, there's a shot. Oh, Drugman got timed that perfectly to where Hyder just couldn't shoot it inside of him.
Yeah, I told you guys. I mean, these two are going to be real aggressive, but so is Hyder. Get it into that rear of the car.
Oh, way up. We got the team spinning.
Ball heights around. We got a crash. No caution right now.
We're still green.
Got way up the racetrack.
That is something you can't have if you're thirsty. Here comes Hyder down to the inside. He's going to shoot for himself. Van Drugman gets into the wall a little bit on corner entry. Hyder with everything right now, and he's going to clear the 80.
He's going to get hit back up the racetrack. No, he'll hold on to the bottom. We'll see if the 80 wants to try and shove him again. I don't think he's close enough.
15th, the first challenge has completed 93 laps.
Well,
and how about Chris Lilly, guys? Lilly's going for 4th.
Yeah, he's going for 4th on Walker. Walker losing a couple spots here on this strategy too.
Yeah, but look at the back end of the car. He has no rear downforce anymore. His car got destroyed with that checkup on the restart. And that was all cause Van Drugman waited to the last possible second to go, and everybody was trying to jump him.
Well, the 09 and the 71 getting into it down the back straightaway. Ever since that restart, this has been a
Yeah, they're still hitting each other here, guys.
Whoa! Jesus Christ. It's all unraveling here on this restart. Everybody's getting into each other.
And is that Jason Samito, who was one lap down?
He a big crash. That was a big shot. He just hit that wall head on.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
this is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about here, guys. Van Drugman.
He bumped him out the way and then wrecked him.
Let's take a look at that one as he's smoking. His day is done. This is what we talk about with Van Drugman.
That might be Lilly. That might be on Lilly because Lilly hit the 9 again.
So the 9 hits the 80, gets him loose. And then, I mean, yeah, that's just Jesus. Yeah, there goes Van Drugman into the wall. Around goes Connor. I mean,
I don't know. I think that stack up caused Lilly to get back into Trafari.
Yeah, but I mean, what was Lilly supposed to do? I mean, Lilly,
he has nowhere to go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just Connor being aggressive. I mean, that's Connor being Connor.
Yeah, that stack up would have never happened if he didn't hit him the first
I think
time.
Connor was going to try to move him out the way regardless, whether Lilly was there or not.
Van Drugman circling around the racetrack here. I think that he was looking for him, but Connor came down pit road to protect himself a little bit. So now Van Drugman's going to come down pit road. And once again, this is the story of his career this season. Great rookie with incredible pace, race-winning pace. And yet every single time he just ends up getting involved in someone else's business. Today, it's Connor Trafari's.
I mean, it was about his time that Trafari killed him.
Everybody
gets affected by Trafari at least once. You can't escape it.
Wow.
This puts Lily up into second place now.
Incredible.
I'd say this. Yeah. I don't know if that means too much. I mean, I think that benefits Hyder more than Lily, because Lily, he hasn't won in what, 2 seasons at this point? When winless last year, was eliminated from contention. But
last cup victory for Chris Lilly, season 4, Milwaukee.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's been a while. He's won a lot of D2 races and D3 races since then, but yeah, obviously that's him just farming against rookies. When we talk about legitimate cup experience, well, it's been a while.
And Lily, I mean, you saw what he did earlier with Hyder. He allowed that 24 just to get in, and you see how they're lining up right now. He's going to stack up that middle. He's going to stack up that bottom line, allow Hyder just to come in and just set sail. He's going to be more of a road.
You think so?
Do you think
Here's my thing. This is the closest Lily has been to a victory since he returned to the cup level. Don't be shocked if he tries to push. Here comes Lily and Hyder coming door to door into turn 1. Green flag's back in the air.
Really good reset there from Hyder.
I don't know if that was a good reason. I think Lily was just sitting back just a little bit. Again, I think he was just going to allow that 24 just to come in, do what he needs to do, because I think Lily, remember, he is the owner of that 24 team. He owns that 24 car. They are teammates. So while a win for the 53 would be nice, I mean, a championship would be better.
Damn, that 54 just shoved the 71 into the wall.
That was
Walker
Crystal
back here trying to get by all this.
Yeah, speaking of Gabe Cazzola,
was
remember he spun himself in 17th? He's now in 5th.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, the 71 big.
Connor's around.
Sorry.
Connor's in the wall.
Into the wall. Head on. No caution. We're still green.
And now here comes Aiden Walker here on Jason Samito.
Connor just got loose, got into the back bumper of the 17, hit the curb, and then just spun around from there.
Gabe's going for more inside on Aiden Arevalo. This is for 4th. Where did this speed come from Gabe?
So what I'm learning from this race is that if you get damage, just a little bit of damage, not a lot, but a little bit of damage, it actually helps your race car, apparently. Happened with Hyder, now it's happening with Gabe.
You don't want to have Aiden Arevalo.
Look at Aiden Walker coming to the mix now as he gets around Arevalo with no contest. Now he's going for 4th against Gabe Cazzola.
Didn't get to his inside there.
Really loose in the turn 3.
Right behind him, look at Clinton McDonald, Connor Ballheis, Aiden Smith, Keola Hankins. Actually ended up working out here in this one as he's trying to get back in the top 10.
Oh, here comes Walker. He's got a big run on the 54. He's going to ship it off into turn number 3. Gabe is going to try to hang it off into turn 4, but Walker's going to easily clear, and he's going to settle in for a new spot. 3rd place, 4th place.
Look at Samito diving it low. Revalo's going to block that one as Corbin Collins gets back in this. Now he goes inside on Samito.
These battles in this mid-pack, these last few restarts have been insane. Samito on the outside, trying to make it work to get that exit up off the corner. He'll just give it up. Into the wall.
Hankins moves back up into the top 10. He gets around Clinton McDonald. He's trying to pick up the pieces of his race. As here comes Connor Ballheis with the move on Jason Samito. Samito is dropping like a rock. Here comes Hankins for 9th.
Hankins gets into the rear quarter panel just a little bit of a love tap, and he's trying to make up another spot here. This will be for the, looks like the, 9th position.
And here comes McDonald now for 10th.
94 slow.
On the inside of the 09. Oh, a little bit of contact there.
Yeah, remember, they got into each other on the restart. I'm sure they're not pleased, and Corbin Collins is going to make up the spot as Aiden Arevalo starts to fall off a cliff. Here comes, it's up the track. It's the 42, as he is very slow as he's letting everybody by. Here comes Connor Ballheis here on Aiden Arevalo.
He just goes into the garage.
Yeah, he blew the engine.
Gotta love it.
Just like last week. He's blown the engine 2 weeks in a row now.
How fantastic.
No idea how you do that, Martinsville, but only Owen Shabinsky would know how to do that. Here comes Ballheis down the inside, and here comes Keola Hankins following suit. Keola's really recovered from that wreck at the start as he's picking them off one by one.
He ships the 0-9, gets him way out of the groove, and he picks up another spot. Keola Hankins shot it in pretty deep going into turn number 3. And like I mentioned, just shipped off the 09 coming out of turn number 4. 7th place.
Battle for third, guys. Here comes Aiden Walker. Thurston just gives it up. Now Walker's going back after Chris Lilly for second. Well, that's going on. Thurston with a run coming out of turn 4.
Thurston going to enter high. He's going to try to cut down low, get that exit speed on the 93. This is the battle for the 3rd spot. Could be a battle for the 2nd spot, depending on how the things work with Chris Lilly.
And think about this.
You got the...
Lilly is
He's
going to
be a
defend
roadblock
with everything that he's got here up against Aiden Walker. Not that there's much of a threat at this point. There's a 2-second gap between Lilly and Hyder, but he wants to remove as many points from that gap as possible. As here goes Walker with a dive to the inside.
Yeah, if I'm Walker, I mean, I gotta ship. You gotta ship Lilly out the way. You have less than 40 laps to go. Time is running out, and if Hyder wins this race, you gotta make that deficit as small as possible. So if Lilly's in your way, time's running out. You're in the final third of this race. You gotta get him out the way.
Yeah, you gotta ship him here as soon as you can get to him. You don't want to do it too dirty, but you definitely gotta get him up out the way. Lilly definitely struggling a little bit here. Walker pit that last time. He'll get to the inside here.
Walker's going to go in really deep. He's going to try to get that exit speed coming out of turn number 2. He's all over the rear quarter panel, that 53, heading into turn number 3. Lilly trying to enter high. Walker shoots him, and again, kind of what happened to Samito, the 09, excuse me, a Revelo. Walker just shoots it deep and then moves Lilly kind of out of the groove, and now he's at 2nd.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it without being too dirty about it. Just shipping him up the track just a tad, and he will move up into 2nd place. Lilly trying to follow suit, but he just doesn't have that pace. Now Walker's going to have about 30 laps here to catch up to Hyder, but he has not had the pace to catch up to him all night long. 2.5 seconds is the gap between Walker and Hyder.
Walker's going to need a caution. If anything, he's going to need a yellow. He's going to need Hyder to run into some really, and I mean really bad lap traffic, which could be coming up in maybe a few laps for the 24.
While that's going on, Kate Pizzola under pressure from Corbin Collins, and right behind him is Keola Hankins. Hankins has turned his race around and continues to improve. Could get a top 5 finish before this is all said and done. But for now, Pizzola is holding on for dear life, trying to get what would be a career best finish for him this season in his young rookie career. But Corbin's trying to put that to an end.
Gabe almost clips the curb going into turns 1 and 2, but he's good for now. Looks pretty calm in the cockpit. Doesn't look like he's being really aggressive, just running his own line. Going a little bit high into turn number 4. He actually really easy on the throttle, listening to it right now in the cockpit view, but that 18, or excuse me, that 54, doing pretty well so far.
On board with Corbin Collins as he looks to the inside here on Gabe Pizzola. Pizzola's going to shut the door. Corbin's going to give him a tap in the center of 4.
Gets loose out of turn 4, almost spins it, but he saves it. Let's see if he tries to do the same thing into turn number 1. Oh, he gets really loose out of the groove just a little bit. He's got to collect himself going into turn number 2.
Now to the inside goes Keola Hankins down into turn 3.
Yeah, that 71 is all over the place right now. He's got to gather himself up. Whoa! Sideways in the middle of the corner. Hang on to her, buddy. Come on. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, Corbin's been pushing it this entire run here. I'm not shocked that he's losing it. And another spot by Hankins. Corbin fighting back, but gets chopped off by the 72.
That steering wheel's all over the place. He's turning it right as much as he's turning it left right now. And this is an oval, not a road course.
He got really loose there in the middle of the corner.
And here comes the 15.
Here, though.
He
If he
just
can
is
get top 5 here, that'll really stop the bleeding. He'll still be dead last as of right now in the championship 4, but not as bad as it could have been earlier in the race.
Yeah, before he was back outside the top 10 after starting 19th. So all things considered, finishing inside the top 5 today would not be bad at all. And I'll tell you what, Thurston is falling off right now this run. Something's wrong with that 96. If things go Keola's way, he might have a shot at passing James before this is all said and done.
We talk about James Thurston for a little bit. I mean, just a disappointing race, all things considered. This is a race he won last year. A great opportunity to take the lead in the championship. Started on pole. If he just kept things together, even if he just allowed Drugman to win the race and he settled for second. Would have had the championship lead, but just bad restarts, getting involved in incidents. I mean, and not having the pace that we thought as we head into the cooler conditions. Just a missed opportunity, all things considered, for James Thurston.
Yeah, really bad night right now, running down in 4th place. He might get Lily before this thing is over, but it's a long shot right now.
Here comes Hankins. Took a little look to the inside, stays in line. He's now going to look high, back low, getting all over the back bumper, moving him up the track. Here comes Hankins.
Let's see what he does here going to turn number 3.
Trying to get that
Stays
bumper
behind.
He's going to pump and run him here into the entry. Getting him up the track on his inside now on the exit.
Got a little bit loose coming out of turn number 4. He's going to lose a little bit of ground on the 54. He's going to ship it off into turn number 1. A really shallow entry.
They're dooring each other now, fellas. It's getting physical on the track between Gabe and Kaola.
Hankins has to prefer the line. Coming out of turn at number 4. Not clear just yet.
71 got into him. He'll slide up the track again.
He's going to park it in turn. Yeah, he just parked it in turn 2.
Clear on exit. He got him clear in the middle of the corner, but not on exit.
Gabe is doing such a good job, but he's clear now. Hankins through to 5th place. Now it's the battle for 6th.
Oh, around goes the 54. The 70. They both saved it, actually.
Oh, my goodness.
And here goes Ball Eyes around the outside, trying to get the 2-in-1 special. Misses the corner. It will be Collins, but Gabe's pissed. All over the back of the 71 down the back.
Push him down the back, showing he's upset with him. On his inside now. Got really loose underneath him. Bolheis just looking to make a move on any of these guys that he can. Really hoping he could there, but he couldn't. He got way up the racetrack. 71 gets loose on exit again. Doesn't lose too much time. 10 to go. So time's running out.
Gabe's coming back here on Corbin. It's not over.
See if he tries to run him over. Oh, man. This is a nice little battle.
Yep, he's getting into him again. Here we go.
See if he does anything into 3 and 4. He's going to shove him up the racetrack. Big hit. Actually, he doesn't move him at all, but he gave him a big hit. A little bit sideways now.
He's not happy with him, but he's also got Connor Ballheis behind him, so like he's got to run.
Whoa. He got real tight there in the center of the corner, plowed up the racetrack, lost a good bit of time there. See if he can run him back down.
Yeah, but Corbin's putting down some good laps right now here, guys. He might have a shot at him before this is all said and done.
It was 140 laps for some reason.
No, it's 150. Collins all over the back. Gets really loose coming out of turn 3. Misses the corner completely.
It into on the 54 and got way up the racetrack.
And even got really loose coming out of turn number 4. Just a bad corner all around for the 15.
Look what the 71's doing. He's running that second groove now around the racetrack. He's not even running near that bottom much anymore. It's right there at the 3 and 4 he ran the bottom, but before that he was running up near that top. He's finding a little bit more stability up there, which at this point here in the run, for his type of car, he definitely needs that kind of stability.
We're seeing a lot of guys slowly move up there in this mid-pack. See that kind of in real life too now, where they'll slide up a little bit on that long run lane-wise. It's kind of the same thing happening here. As we head into the nighttime.
There is a lot of contact going on through turn 4 here, guys. It's going to be Bows, Servideo, McDonald, and Fox almost all crashed into each other, and Hyder's catching up to these guys with a couple laps to go here.
The 94 drove into the side of the O2. Now McDonald on the inside of Servideo. Oh my goodness. Or it's not Servideo, Speedo. My bad.
Yeah, for some reason, Samido and McDonald are hitting each other when they're not even fighting for anything at this point. This is some good stuff.
Let them have a little bit of fun, all right?
Yeah, well, might as well before they get lapped, because Hyder's on his way.
Yeah. I don't think the lap traffic is going to be too much of a factor, given the fact that Hyder is an almost 4-second lead. Now it's a 4-second lead, but it'll be interesting to think about.
Yeah, he's still faster than second place by like about a whole 10th right now.
Yeah, Connor Ball is trying to do whatever he can right now to get to Gabe Cazzola Getting close enough through 1 and 2, but he just needs to find a little bit more pace on entry to make a full dive work.
Another thing, too, is that we talked about it during practice and qualifying where, you know, this isn't exactly a track that we would consider a Hyder-centric track. And we mentioned that if there's any track that Hyder was going to struggle at, it was here at Martinsville. And we thought that was going to happen. You know, qualified 15th, not a good lap in qualifying, got involved in the first incident of the race. And ever since then, just something lit a fire in that 24, and he has just been charging through the field ever since that initial incident, made his way into the top 10 and then into the top 5, and here he is doing what AJ Hyder always does, just stinking up the show by a 4-second margin.
Well, for AJ Hyder, if he does end up winning this, this will be a historic 10th win of the year, breaking the record for the most wins in a season, I believe.
Tying the record.
Tying the record.
I thought the record was tied.
No,
So
it's
tying the record. And then he'll have a chance at Auto Club.
Yeah, he'll have a chance at Auto Club and Homestead to break that record. So we could be talking about the new record being set at 12, which I don't know if there's anyone that could probably break that record like Hyder can. So that's going to be something that you guys are going to have to look forward to if we can make it to the checkered flag. We've seen these guys be real aggressive here tonight, especially as we get to the later parts of this race. We'll see whether they decide to put a little bit more fenders to it as Clinton McDonald continues to try and make up passes before the end of the night. He is trying to get around Bowser's a lap car right now. He sits 11th.
That's crazy. If Hyder gets to 12 wins, it'll be the last 5 in a row, dating back to Watkins Glen. And think about this. If he didn't run into problems at New Hampshire, we could be looking at a 7-race win streak for Hyder. I know it's all what ifs, but just think about that.
Well, it might not be over. McDonald's trying to wreck Bows right now. I don't know if you guys are seeing this right now, but like, uh-oh. Oh, he just turned him up the track.
Ooh.
And while that's going on, Connor Trafari is blocking Aiden Walker right now. Don't know what he's doing.
I guess he's
Well, aren't they teammates? Isn't Trafari and Hyder teammates?
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, there you go. There's your answer. I guess he's just trying to make sure for certain. Yeah, you're not beating Hyder. I'm going to make sure of that.
Well, if I was Walker, I would just wreck him. Spin game.
I mean, it would be a net gain. You have 3 more laps before it's all said and done. You might as well just, you know.
Yeah, might as well.
Last lap, I'd still wreck him just so I could say I wrecked him.
Get some revenge for Drugman.
2 laps to go here for AJ Hyder.
Oh, he moves him out the way a little bit. Fari's fighting hard.
Yeah, fight on the outside. He's a lap down and damaged.
White flag, last lap for AJ Hyder. This will go down as one of the most dominant seasons in ASCA history. Very few have had such a control over the field the way Hyder has. Coming out of 4, the championship lead and the record tying 10 win of the season. AJ Hyder wins the Racing Haven 150 at Martinsville as Aiden Smith crashes on the last lap, 1 lap too short for a caution. And that's going to be a legendary win for AJ Hyder here from Martinsville. Started 15th here tonight and comes home with all the glory.
Well, we doubted him entering the race, and if we ever doubt him again, we're wrong, and we deserve to get banned.
Lily are just messing with each other now.
Let's take a look.
I can't believe you actually.
Let's take a look at the finishing results after 150 laps of action here from Martinsville, guys. This was a good race to watch, as it's going to be AJ Hyder winning it all by 4 and so seconds over Aiden Walker. It'll be AJ Hyder and Aiden Walker 1 point apart after this race going into Auto Club. Chris Lilly brings home his, I believe this is his best finish of the season in 3rd place. James Thurston from pole to 4th. And Keola Hankins with the comeback of a century to finish 5th. All 4 of our playoff drivers finished in the top 5 tonight. Corbin Collins with a great run in 6th, followed by Gabe Cazola in 7th, Connor Balheis 8th, Aiden Arevalo 9th, and Jeremy Lewis rounds out the top 10. Moving on to the rest of the results, it's going to be Jason Semito, Aiden Smith, Clinton McDonald, Connor Trafari, Chris Bowes, Dylan Fox, Nico Servideo, Owen Cheminsky, Wayne A. Kennedy, and Van Drugman. And going to the end of the line, it'll be Ethan Moses, Jacob Mitchell, Marcus Vanderlee, and then Pravin Vijaykumar and David Hamrick, who did not start the race. Boys, we are going to be heading on over here to Santa's Workshop for our post-race coverage because we got to talk to AJ Hyder after yet again another incredible victory. And this one was not without a challenge. He had to go through 14 cars here tonight after getting involved in a spin. And we're going to wait a second because Hyder is very much happy about this win. He's still burning it down, doing circles around the track.
It's because it's Martinsville. I don't think he thought that he would able to get a win at this track, and the fact that he did, I think this one means more to him than most. Also, tying the record helps.
Yeah, tying a record, championship lead. Yeah, that was the big thing about this format, is that, I'll be real, I mean, we really wanted to create a format that would stop Hyder after his dominant season last time. And I mean, nothing seems to be stopping him at this point. Yeah, we failed on that one. Hyder
you failed.
And the car. We changed the whole car so more people could win. I think we've had less winners this season.
I don't think that's true.
I think we've had
we had 5, I'm pretty sure, last time.
I'll take a look.
Hyder, Thurston, Arevalo,
Trafari won 2 times.
and then the fucking 5th one. Who was the 5th one? I know we had
whoever won the ASCA 500.
Jason Gallagher.
Yeah, Jason Gallagher.
Gallagher won one. And whoever won the ASCA 500.
Yeah, that guy. I forgot about that guy. I forgot his name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So this year we have Visconti, Hyder, Walker, Caden Rife, Clinton McDonald. So we're already at 5. Thurston, Hankins, Trafari. So we are at 8 winners.
Wow, I was wrong.
Let's talk to our winner, AJ Hyder. A big one. I'll tell you what, Hyder. You know, normally when we see you win, you burn it down a little bit. And it wasn't like that. You were burning it down. You were doing donuts around the track. How are you feeling about this one after starting 15th
it was
tonight?
Number 10, baby. Let's fucking go. Yeah. I mean, I really didn't think I was even going to be able to race tonight because before, like 20 minutes before the session went up, I just realized Moza took a big shitter and nothing was working on my end. So I had to reinstall the entire the entire race hub for Moza. And I don't even think I got it ready by the time qualifying started. That's why it was pretty poop on my end. But yeah, we got it fixed before the race and pretty much coming off of 0 practice. So it was just pretty much trying to learn as soon as the green flag drops. But yeah, we were, I don't know. Luck just seems to fall our way, I guess. I don't know, because there's probably a couple of times where I should have wrecked or I should have been involved in a wreck, but we didn't. But we got number 10. That was the goal entering this season. We got it. I just want to get number 11 to get the record.
Yeah, let's talk about that record. I mean, you've been here since season 2. You've had a lot of great seasons. Your initial rookie season, you were fighting for the championship. You were always a multi-win seasons throughout most of your career. Then during the iRacing era, you have just became the most dominant driver here. How does it feel to be this close? All you need is 1 win, and you'll beat Diego's record.
Yeah, I mean, I really wish I could have done it on Roblox, I guess, but I just want to cement my legacy in this league, even though it's a little bit cocky to say, I guess. But, I mean, you guys are all my friends, and I really do care about this series. And just to be this successful in it, it just means the world to me right now.
No! Be cocky! We want cocky AJ!
I don't wanna. No.
Let's finally talk about the championship. Coming into this season, new format, new everything. The whole point was basically just have a full-on points reset to stop you. And it hasn't worked, clearly. You win once again, take the championship lead. What do you got to do now to seal a second championship for yourself?
Got to stay consistent. We got 2 races left. Anything can happen, but it's not over. That's all I can say.
And with that, AJ Hyder, as he said, 10th win of the season, guys. That's the record time with Diego Roldan. All he needs is one more. He has 2 races to do it. Let's talk to Aiden Walker. Aiden, you had an interesting night, to say the least. You had a lot of battles with Connor Trafari. You were battling up front at some points, but all you could do was finish second after this race was all said and done. Did you think you had anything for Hyder there at the end?
With how the car was, I tried getting a tire advantage at the end there, and it just seemed to fall off mainly because just getting stuck behind people and things, which didn't really help. Then once you get in clean air, the car's completely different. Like the second you get in clean air, the car's gonna be like all so snappy on entry that I wouldn't say it's terrible, but it definitely would feel weird and things. So it made it very hard to like go from being in dirty air for a super long time, where you're not the car's a little bit better on entry and things, and then the second you get out of it, it's just snapping loose, which I think you probably noticed when we
know.
So let's say anyone gets out in front. Yeah, it seemed like for me I was really struggling with that. So yeah, that was just kind of the entire race. At least we're keeping this top 3 streak going on. I get to talk to Levi sometimes.
Yeah, and Adrian, you ran into problems with the night car a couple times this race, Adrian. So any problems there with him?
Well, it's just whatever. I mean, even though he's technically wrecked me, like, it is whatever, I guess. Still, just wish we could get a victory at the end of this season. Also, if you didn't know, I told Levi to do that the entire race.
I don't think anyone noticed it, actually.
Notice what?
Did no one not notice it?
But I was calling him Adrian.
Are you guys deaf?
Were you calling him Adrian?
Yes.
The whole race.
Well, I didn't notice that. Nor did I really care. I'm gonna be.
I didn't either.
I'm gonna be for real. I don't really care. Anyway,
That's real.
Aiden Walker finishes second after today.
Wait, where's Chris Lilly?
Yeah, we're gonna get him in here. Don't worry. But before I let you go,
Just interview the Championship 4 driver.
Yeah,
just interview the Championship.
That's the plan. Leave me alone. Shut up. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
I'm the big boy here. All right, but
Hey, Levi, be quiet.
Okay.
Walker, finally, you come out of this race second in the championship. Okay. God damn it! No, we are not doing this shit again. When it comes to, all right, no, you're all done. Never mind. No more interview. No more interview for you. You're done. You're a bad boy. All right, James, your turn. 4th place on a normal day, that would be pretty good for you. But we're getting down to the final 3 races, and from pole position to 4th, what went wrong for you today, brother?
It all comes down to the very first start of the race. I don't know really what was going on. I like Van a lot, but he hit me going into the initial start, and it made my car shake around a little bit, and then I kind of lost focus by the time we were in the zone, and he just went really early. I know there's not a rule about the leader being the first one to the line on the initial start, but I kind of wish there was. It just completely ruined my race to begin with. I didn't even get to lead a lap, so didn't get a point there. I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. It's just I don't know. I feel like a dumb fucking clown out here the way that I was driving tonight. I need to be a lot better than that.
And when it comes to these final 2 races, what do you got to do to really lock in at this point? Because you are going to be third, only a few points behind for sure. But if anybody ahead of you gets into any kind of trouble these next 2 weeks, you're really back in it. But what do you got to do these next 2 weeks to get back in the championship fight?
I don't know, figure out how to be fast in this damn car. I don't know. It's just my worst car ever, and I run it the most. I don't know what's wrong. Just need to be faster.
James Thurston needs to be faster. That's what the call is from him. 4th place here today. Let's talk to one final championship driver, and then we'll talk to our 3rd place finisher. Kayla Hankins, you started today with a crashed race car in the first lap, getting rammed through by Owen Chabinski, spent the most first half of the race outside the top 10. On that final restart is when you came to life. Tell me about that final run.
Man, that final run, I'm just glad it went green all the way. I was just hoping it was. There were a couple people that would have held me up, but I was kind of expecting that, just trying to come from 11th all the way back. The initial goal up until then was just to fix all the damage I had. I had a minute of 40 of damage, which wasn't as much as I expected. Granted that my car went completely airborne when I got hit there. But yeah, no. If you were to tell me like I was finished 5th here, even without all the shenanigans going on, even without completely overshooting turn 1 in qualifying, then I would have said that was a good day. So all things considered, I think that was a great day. I mean, to harp on one more thing, just catching up to Thurston there at the end, I wasn't sure if I was going to get him or not, but just to catch up to one of the championship contenders out there, I don't know. It gave me a bit of a confidence boost going into the next couple weeks.
And when it comes to these final 2 weeks of action, what's going to be the plan for you when it comes to championship? You are bottom of the top 4 right now by just a point over Thurston. So a great day by you, all things considered. But what do you think you're capable of these next 2 weeks as we go to 2 fast, big racetracks at Auto Club and Homestead?
I mean, Auto Club and Homestead, those are great tracks for me, but unfortunately, they're also great tracks for the other 3 guys. I know they're all pretty fast. It's all tough competition out there, but we'll just have to hope for the best.
Hoping for the best for Kayla Hankins. Top 5 finish. And now that we're done with our championship drivers, we have one more guy we have to talk to. Chris Lilly, correct me if I'm wrong. This is your best finish of the season. 3rd place for you tonight. Is that right?
It is.
And
I did it, Gavin.
You did it. Hey, I get to finally talk to you up here for the first time in quite some time. When it comes to your race, you had some good, decent pace from the get-go. Qualified inside the top 10, was fighting inside the top 5 early on the going, but when the wreck started happening, that's when you came to life. Tell me about that final run, how you were holding everyone off.
Well, we kind of shredded our tires at the start of the race, so we couldn't quite get up to the guys in the front, but I knew I had enough pace, not AJ Hyder pace, but enough pace, and then with the luck of the stack up and just getting the track position with the fresher tires and getting a better grip of the car as night fell, we were just able to keep it up there. But AJ Hyder and Aiden Walker clearly on another level. They're the reason that they're in the Final Four. I'm not. It's a good example of that. But glad to finally get a good finish.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was a rough stretch there.
Yeah, 10 weeks of at least one crash that you got involved in.
Yep.
So during the playoffs, you have really turned it around. Let me ask you this. This is the big question. Going into Auto Club and Homestead, is there any thought in your mind that you could possibly break this cup winless streak you've had for such a long time?
Well, let's go through the process of elimination. Is AJ Hyder racing? If yes, no. Is James Thurston racing? If yes, no. If Aiden Walker's racing? If yes, no. So probably not.
Well,
Wow.
you gotta be realistic.
What Kayla Hankins? He's in the champ for too.
That's disrespectful.
I could beat Co. I love Co, but I could beat Co. I know that.
That's insane. He's calling you out.
And with that, that's Chris Lilly. I nope, we're not doing this game again. We're not doing this again.
Wait, let Van.
Yeah, if you want to talk to Van, no, if you want to talk to Van, talk to Van. Go ahead.
Van, the floor is all yours. What happened?
Connor DeFari doesn't know what he's doing. That's plain and simple. I blew the restart. I'll admit that, right? That's on me. But then he goes out twice in like 2 laps and washes me out the exit of the corner. So, when he clears me, I want to give him, and y'all saw it on the broadcast. Y'all appreciated the bump. It was a clean bump and run. Didn't send him way out the groove. Send him just a little bit, right? I think it was a clean bump. And then once Hyder got past me, because, golden horseshoe, get the strategy right again, he just is blowing the entries just to get to me in the center, eventually wrecks me. And it's just then he's literally trying to defend himself by saying, oh, you can't save the car. I know it's kind of hard when the steering wheel gets ripped out of your hand. He's defending himself, wrecking me by saying, I don't know how to drive. Well, did I or did I not kick his ass the whole night? Did I not kick his ass every time I'm here? So that's all I got to say.
Yes. I want more of this.
Van Drugman giving us the action that we need. Again, another victim of the terrorism that is Connor Trafari. But with that, guys, final thoughts after the first... What?
Kevin, this wouldn't have happened if Chris did accept Connor's $10.
That is true. That is true. You know, good rule, Chris. Thank you for allowing people.
Hey man,
to
that's
try.
that's $5 extra to each of the Final Four guys. What, you think I'm not going to take a free handout? It's okay. He'll be suspended for Auto Club.
All right. Well, in that case, final thoughts here, boys. Levi.
That was a crazy race.
All right, nope. All right, we're in the broadcast here. We're not fucking doing this. All right, you guys have a good night. We'll see you guys next week for Auto Club as the Final Four go to the second of 3 races to decide the championship. Hopefully, Levi will be back. Hopefully, Armani will be back. And you know, sure as hell, I'll be back next week to go ahead and go through all the action.